What up, YouTube family? We're back with another subscriber first wholesale deal interview today. I got the one and only Thomas. What up, player?
Hey, what's up, man?
Good. Hey, Thomas. So how much is your first wholesale deal, man?
So my first wholesale deal was actually 10,000.
Oh, dude. So it sounds like you might have more than one.
Actually, I am closing in on 4 right now.
Damn.
So I am closing 1 on Friday, and I have 3 more under contract with 2 buyers already lined up for 2 of those. So
Damn, dude. So hold on a second, bro. So you're closing. Okay, so your first deal is 10,000.
yeah.
And you're about to close 3 more wholesale deals.
Yep. So I have So I've already done one before in the past. So the one that I'm closing on Friday would technically be the second one, which will be 25,000.
Damn, bro. Okay.
And then I have one following behind it will be for 15.
Damn. Okay. Okay. Keep going.
And then the third one following behind that would be for another 10.
Damn, dude, Thomas, I am so happy for you, bro. And it seems like someone is going to have a very, very good Christmas.
Yeah, I am definitely down for it. I've been really trying pretty hard, and for me, like I wasn't like I'm not necessarily part of the school necessarily,
Yep.
but I've watched like lots of like almost all your content, just staying motivated and really just like putting in the work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just kind of what got me to what I've been doing. Just like
So,
staying consistent.
and Thomas, how old are you, bro?
So I'm 29, getting ready to turn 30 in May.
Bro, dude. Okay, now don't take this the wrong way, dude. This is a compliment. Bro, you don't look 29.
I know.
Bro, you look like you're either like 19 or 20, bro, which is
I
good.
know.
Damn, bro. So what are you eating and drinking, bro?
Honestly, I don't do a lot. Honestly, I eat
bro,
and
hey.
drink, of course, but
Well, hey, good for you, man. You're aging really, really well, man.
I try to.
Hey, good. So now, Thomas, are you full-time wholesaling, or is this your part-time gig?
Honestly, like I've been just grinding on the weekends after like I kind of working like a part-time job to stay like afloat. Like these deals have been like working like pretty okay. So like trying to like keep it consistent will be like the key. But invest my money correctly, save it. Don't just go ball out. You know what I mean?
It was smart, bro.
So like I know if I just do it strategically,
Yep.
that I'll be okay. But yeah, I'm not full time on it yet, all the way, but I have been, grinding really hard at it for sure.
No, dude, bro. I mean, my whole thing is, dude, results speaks for itself. So, dude, the results here, man, shows me that, dude, you're making money. You're not making excuses, bro.
Nope.
So what are you currently doing? So you have a part-time job?
Yeah, I just like mostly it's just because I like kind of miss like people interaction.
Yeah.
Really. So I'm just a barista, dude. I just make coffee for people in the mornings, like
No way.
2 or 3 times a week, bro. Yeah.
Okay,
Few hours.
So a few hours, and how much you make from that?
It's just like it's like $16 an hour plus like some tips.
Okay. So my question for you now is that after you close all this 3 deal, bro, are you gonna quit that and go all in, or do you just really, really enjoy that?
Like, I don't know. It's kind of just fun. I just like to be social. I'm a very social person. I mean, I might do it just for the fun of it, but no, definitely just to get out of it for sure. Not because I need to, but maybe just if I like want to go in and help the business owner or whatever on a kind of a busy day. Maybe train some high schoolers or something how to make some good coffee.
Hey, there you go. Okay, so Thomas, let's talk about your first off, dude, I want to ask you: is that how do you discover wholesaling, and at what age?
So I discovered wholesaling actually originally through you. Um, and I've been following for probably like 4 years, dude. Like
Bro,
I've been here for a minute. Like I
bro,
really have.
I,
I remember before you hit 1 million on TikTok, bro.
bro, dude, bro,
I
Thomas.
was there where you're like 100K. I was like, woo,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, Thomas, man, I really, really appreciate you, dude, that you're sticking around and that you're still here with me. But not just that, dude, that you took the information and you went and executed and then changed your life, bro. That's the
Yeah.
big thing, bro. So, okay. So now what I want to know is when you discover wholesaling, did you got into the game right away or did you wait? Or because a lot of times people saw my video and they're like, well, Kong, I haven't really started until, a year later or 2 years later.
No, so like I did like I saw the video, and of course, you can't always believe everything you see online. So what did I do? I quick Google search, just like anybody should do. Like if you don't know the answer, Google is kind of magical. Obviously, you can't trust the internet with everything, but I Google. I'm like, what's wholesaling real estate? Is it legal? Like, what's like the things required, basically? Like, so I just kind of did like my own little research. I maybe like a month or so, just like looked into it, kind of got myself familiar, so I don't sound stupid. And then just dove right in, bro. I found some contracts, a purchase and sale agreement. I found a good little script that I could go off of. I had sales experience in the past.
Nice.
So I kind of had like selling cars, selling cell phones, kind of just had to just flip the framework a little bit, you
Oh
know?
yeah, bro. I mean, like, if any one of you who's watching this, and if you're in sales, dude, merge into wholesaling, bro, and you will dominate it. Like you
True.
will crush it. Because a lot of
Yeah.
times, I think most new beginners, the biggest thing for them is like, okay, once they start generating leads, it's like when they get on the phone, they just don't know what to say. And that was me, when I first started, like my first 6 months, dude, I would just pound the phone. But when I get on the phone to the seller, I just couldn't close them because I didn't know what I was talking about. So
My my thing was is that at the beginning that helped me was I was my brain was conditioned to not having to work for an hourly rate. I was used to having to perform a skill set in order to make money. It was never just a here's $20 an hour, It was
yeah,
like always a commission based job that I did. Um so that's kind of helped me as like I was willing to be patient and work hard for the big paycheck.
nice. Okay, so how long did it took you from, getting into wholesaling to closing your first deal, which is the $10,000?
I would say maybe 6 months.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't it like from like once I dove in,
Yep.
like all the way in, I had a few deals that just fell short. I was wrong with my numbers. I was in wrong areas of market. No idea where I was looking. And so just trial and error, learn, and then one came along and I was like, "Oh, like when it kind of like when it moved so easy,
Yep.
I was like, okay, that's what like one is definitely true. Like it's totally 100% real. Like it's not
Yep.
just a fantasy. Like this
Yep.
is actually legitimately happening, and it's that easy. I just needed to be a little bit more strategic. I just needed to filter down a little bit more. That's it.
So now, Thomas, okay, so you got some deal under contract and it fell through. Did you feel discouraged? I mean, like most people be like, man, like this doesn't work. It's not for me. And they just quit.
I mean, yes, I mean, kind of. I kind of got discouraged there for a minute because it was like I was in the process of trying to like save it, but it was already like unraveling itself. So trying to like ravel the deal back up, it's just like it isn't working. And so I got a little discouraged because I was just like, I just there's just something I'm doing wrong. I just said I just need to study some more. I just need to like listen. I need to like pay attention. I need to literally just study. And like if I need to like look at this script more and know what I'm talking about better, and tether it to somebody, I just have to learn the way. And
Okay.
so it's just like lots of like time of just like practice, even just like I'd practice to my wife when I was first getting started. I'd be like, hey, I know, but you're going to be a seller and I need you to come up with every reason in the world why you just will not sell this thing to me. But I need to figure out how to get around those things,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
have to make sure that it's in the right numbers too.
Yeah. For sure. So, I mean, Thomas, at any of those point in that 6 month, did you ever thought about just quitting? Just say, Psh.
Of course. I mean, there's plenty of time that I sat there and go write on something, or like I even get a contract signed, and a buyer's like, "Yeah, man, I'll buy it." He puts the EMD in, and then he's like, "Hey, I found something that I don't like," and he's out. Like it's happened to me before. Like, and I've been like, really? He's like, "Yeah, I just don't want it." I'm just like, "What changed?" He's like, I just don't want it. I was like, oh wow. So yeah, that one hit real hard for me.
Okay.
Like
Wait.
he pulled the EMD off the table, everything left.
Okay. So at that time, Thomas, I guess you didn't have the buyer puts down a non-refundable, but he just put it as an earnest money deposit.
Yeah, he didn't. It wasn't a non-refundable. It
Okay.
was just he just put it down there, and yeah, and he grabbed it and was like, yeah, it's just
How
not
much
for me,
was it?
man. It was 3,000.
Okay, so 3,000. So for those of you who's watching this, every single time when you talk to a seller, make sure that you and the seller, you put what's called an EMD, which is the earnest money deposit, which means that for whatever reason, if you don't want the deal, right, if you can't find a buyer, you can back out and you can get your EMD back. But when it comes to the buyer, do not use the word EMD. Let them know straight up, man, this is a non-refundable deposit. Are you in or are you out? So
Yep,
this case, if Thomas, if that did happen to him, where the buyer just want to back out, okay, back out, dude, back out. They're gonna lose the that non-refundable deposit to you. You can use
yep,
that non-refundable, give seller a little bit of money, buy more time, and then fish that, push that deal out again, and try and find another buyer. So
absolutely.
make sure you guys understand that when you're dealing with buyers, dude, don't mess around with time waster. All right, they're either in or they're out. The more skin they have in the game, the better. Like for me, I want them to put at least minimum 5,000. Right, and if the deal is bigger, dude, I want them to put 10 G's. I have buyer who put 25,000. I mean, guys, girls, guys, think about this. If you were to buy a house for, let's just say, 200,000, okay, and the buyer said, "Hey, I'm gonna put $500 down." 500, bro. You buying a $200,000 house and you only want to put 500? Once again, it's about having skin in the game. If they don't have enough skin in the game, dude, they can walk away from that 500. Like, who cares? Like, you got to understand, like, these buyers have deep pocket. So 500 to them is like, psh, they'll just walk away. They'll
That
be
ain't
like,
nothing.
okay, keep my $500, right? But to you, $500 is nothing. It's not enough to pay for your time. So what you do is, dude, if they're buying a $200,000, why can't they put 5,000 down? Why can't they put 10 G's down? I mean, all that fun is going to go toward the purchase price, whether they put it in now or they put it in later. What's the point? I mean, what's the difference? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? When a buyer is a serious and it's a legit buyer, they don't have no problem. My buyer put Kong, he'll be like, Kong, 25,000, boom, done. So now if they back out, dude, you got to keep the 25G, right? So once again, when you this is how you know when you work with a real buyer or not. Is how much they can put down. If you talk to a wholesaler that's trying to like put your property in a contract and sell it to somebody else, they'll be like, $500, $100, bro. You already know that it's not a legit buyer. A real buyer will put as much as you need to get the deal done. But before you mention a price, always ask the buyer what they can put down. Because a lot of time their number might be higher than what you want. All right. So always ask before anything. Now, Thomas, let's talk about your first deal, dude. How did you find the seller? How did you got it? Where did the lead came from? And all that.
Honestly, I got my lead from Facebook Marketplace, bro.
Okay. Okay. So
I um I just like went to I was in Tennessee. I just went over to like a random area. Like I think I was like around like the Memphis, Tennessee area, but I
okay.
put like a radius like of I don't know, like 100 miles or something around the area. And I
Okay.
just like typed in for sale by owner at the top, real estate or like homes, and just some like things came up. I filtered through some where it was like some wholesalers, like I could tell by their post,
Yep.
or realtors. And so like I just like keep like moving through, and then I found some people, like a lady, and she was a retired realtor actually.
Oh, dang.
And so, but her and her husband were trying to sell their house, and they were willing to help me out because I kind of level with them because she was like, I was a real estate agent for 25 years. Like I'm not brand new into homes and stuff. So I told her, I said, I'm still kind of new. Like, to be honest, I'm still trying to like get into like this whole thing. And she goes, well, I'll trust you with mine, you know? And so she gave it to me at a really good price. ARV in the area was 175,000,
Okay.
and she let me put it under contract for 100 grand.
So hold on a second. So okay, this came from for sale by owner.
Mhm.
So she's an agent.
She was
She
an
was.
old agent. Yeah, an old agent.
Okay.
She had
So
retired.
okay, so she was, but not anymore. Got it.
Yep,
That
yep.
now that
She's
makes
retired.
yeah. Okay, got it. Now that makes sense because I said, well, she's an agent. Why don't she just put it on the market? But now it makes sense. Okay.
Nope, she
So
was a retired agent.
got it. Now,
And
Thomas, what did she list it for?
what did she list it for? So she was asking the full 175.
Ah, damn. So she dropped 75,000 for you,
Yeah,
bro.
I I I still was like it was my first one or whatever. I was nervous or whatever, and I did the worst mistake. And anybody who's listening, listen to me very well. Do never say these words. I said, because I was so worried about not getting the deal from her because I wanted it so bad, that I said, well, maybe at a later time we can get you more money too, like if everything works out. Because I knew the spread that I could really kind of have my buyer at. And
Right.
so I could have had 25, but she ended up going, well, at closing, she goes, well, I think I need 15. And so I was like, what? And so she wanted extra. And so like she ended up just squeezing me out of it. But I end up still making
Oh yeah.
some. But I mean, if I would have just kept my mouth shut and wouldn't have said, hey, maybe later we can work on maybe more money for you, I just should have just never said that
Got
at
it.
all.
So okay,
Like,
man. Okay, so Thomas, I got a
terrible.
lot. Okay, I got a lot of question here. So when you put her under contract for 100,000, did she know that you're a buyer, or does she know that you're wholesaling, or like does she know what's going on?
Um, She knew I was wholesaling it. She knew that
Oh,
I was new.
wait,
She
wait, wait,
told
wait,
me,
wait, wait, wait. Now, how did she know that you're a wholesaler? Did you tell her you were a wholesaler?
yes, Kong, I did.
Oh, come on, man. Shit, bro.
I'm sorry. It was brand new attendance. It was brand new. It was like it's
Sure. No,
been
I
it's been
understand.
a minute. Like brand new. So, but I've learned a lot of those things. Like I've already been like in works of closing things, and things are really close. Like I can really see just the difference in growth of just like
Oh, yeah.
from my one deal to like my second one, moving into three. Like
Okay.
every time I negotiate with somebody, I've I just know it's spot on now.
Yeah.
It's different. I just know now, and I know what I'm looking for. I'm not like running around being like, hey, like person, and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm a wholesaler too, bro, or like, hey, or I'm an agent. Like, I'm like, I'm sorry. So like, I did that for a long time, running around trying to find stuff.
Yeah. So, dude, Thomas. Okay. So, mistake number one is don't tell the seller that they can get more.
No.
Mistake number two is don't tell them that you're a wholesaler. And then, is there any other mistake that you want to let the people who watch us know?
And I, I I would just say, just make sure you spend your money correctly. When you do get it, don't, because I did when I first got the 10 grand, I kind of went a little wild. I took like part of it, like even though half of it goes to taxes, mind you, part of it goes to taxes, but like I went and took a lot of it and blew it. I was like, this is the first amount of big money I've ever had. And you get really excited. And a lot of people will say, no, I won't do that. But it's very hard when you're like, worked very hard for something and you're like, get your first 10 grand, and to discipline your mind and be like, no, I'm not going to go on the vacation, or no, I'm not going to go buy the new $1,000 iPhone or whatever it is.
Yep.
So just be careful with your money when you close your first one. It's only a matter of time if you're disciplined and you just work every day at it. Just try every day, and it doesn't have to be all day. A few hours a day is what did it for me.
Thomas, dude, what you speak, bro, is facts. When it comes down to it, you guys, a lot of you, dude, you don't have an income problem. What you have is you have a spending problem. A lot of you make it like decent money, but you're spending all of it. At the end of the day, you got nothing to show. So, my first deal, Thomas. So when I got into real estate 50 years ago, but you won't believe this. I mean, most people will probably like do a lot of damage. So my first deal, dude, I made 50,000. Guess what? Guess what the wife and I did with it?
What?
All we did, dude, all we did was I took her out to a seafood restaurant so there's a very famous restaurant where we live. So Lon and I, we were used to the $25 dinner. Like her and I go out, we have a nice bowl of pho, it's cheap, Asian food is cheap, right? So there's this fancy seafood restaurant with the water view, and Lon and I were always, dude, that's where rich people go. That's where the baller people go, right?
Right.
We don't even step near there, okay? So when we closed the first deal, I said, Lon, dude, we got to go there. So we took and that was my 50,000, dude. We went there, and I think the bill came out to over $100. And I remember Lon and I freaked out. We looked at the menu, we looked at the bill, we're like, damn, Lon, we spent $100 on dinner. But anyways, dude, most of the money, dude, went back into investing.
Yeah, it's the smart way to do it.
Yeah.
I wish I would have done it with my first one. I would have been probably a little bit further in the process today if I would have.
But you did great, Bo. And I think with everything, it's just, it's the journey. And, I think everything that we just have to learn to become the person that we need to become to achieve the goal that, that we set out for ourselves. So now, yeah. Thomas, how did you find the buyer? So you locked this up under contract for 100,000. Okay. Now, how do you found the buyer?
So I just started I went through a bunch of I did a bunch of investor groups. I went through found a bunch of areas in Tennessee, like little groups that were in that area specifically. I didn't care if it was yard sale groups in that area. I didn't care who I could show it to. If you were in that area and you needed a house and you wanted to buy it, it was there. Okay. So I kind of went crazy on not really having a full system on it. I just kind of blew it up just everywhere that anybody could see it. I had it on Craigslist. I had it on Marketplace as its own thing. I had blown it up all over, literally just pictures of it everywhere. As many people as I could get to see it, it was there. So
nice. And a lot of you need to learn from this. Is that a lot of you, what you're doing is that all you're doing is you're just depending on a few buyers that you have on your email list. I'm telling you, the goal is you want to get as many eyeballs on your deal as possible. And I made this mistake, unlike Thomas. I wish I would have done what Thomas did, but I didn't. I was I was like, you know what? I'm just going to send it out to my few buyers. I'm just going to wait for them to respond. And if any of them say no, guess what I do? I go back and I just cancel the contract with the seller because I was like, I guess it's not a deal. But what I'm telling you is that there are different types of buyers out there. And the more eyeballs you can get on your deal, the more chances, one, getting it sold, but two, getting it sold at a higher price. So let me give you an example. So one of my academy students, his name is Jeff. So he got this deal under contract for $200,000. First off, he didn't even know it was a deal. He went to class and then we ran the numbers. I was like, dude, the number's tight, but let's lock it up because the seller's motivated. So I told him, hey, lock the deal up. Don't worry about it, and we'll worry about the next step. So we locked the deal up under contract for $200,000. Okay, you guys will understand my point. We lock it up under contract for $200,000. So my VA's Angeline blasted out to a buyer. We market this thing out. Okay, now all of a sudden we got, I think within like, I can't remember, a few days, we got two buyers that came in. Both wants the deal. One buyer came in and offered 205. The other buyer said, hey, I would also offer 205. Now you got two buyers that's also want the deal. So what you do, you tell them, hey, I want whoever comes in, best and final, right? Best and final. So you will give them a certain amount of time. So the first buyer said, you know what? I can do it right now for 208. Okay. So we locked that buyer under contract for 208. That buyer signed the assignment agreement and everything. He's supposed to put a $5,000 non-refundable. Obviously, supposed to be the same day, but because after hours, so the wire cutoff time was off. So he was supposed to deposit the next day. Well, the next day he didn't. I'm telling you guys, man, dude, learn to play the game, or you're going to be played by the game. Which means that buyer, it's just, dude, when they're not real, move on. So I told Angeline said, "Hey, Konga, we got a second buyer, the backup buyer. Now we got another buyer that came in at $210,000. So I say, Angeline, tell that the first buyer, they got 15 minutes to respond. If they don't, boom, we're gonna send them a cancel addendum. Which they got cold feet. They couldn't move forward. We cancel it. Now we're locked in with the second buyer for 210. Now let me tell you this crazy part. So that the person who brought us the second buyer to Jeff deal was another wholesaler. And guess what? His buyer will buy that deal for $225,000. You guys, listen. We got this under contract and we market it for $215. Okay? So that wholesaler came back and negotiated us and got us down to $210. But he got a buy at $225,000. So he's going to make $15,000. And then Jeff, I told him to go back to the seller, Thomas, renegotiate with the seller, bro. So, okay, so now we got the buy lock in at so this buyer's going to buy the deal for $225.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing. Basically, do you understand what I'm saying? We found a buyer that would only pay $208, but someone found a buyer that's willing to pay for the exact same deal for $225. Imagine if we can get more eyeballs on the deal. We'll probably have more buyer that would pay higher. So you guys understand my point, which means if there's a buyer that's willing to buy $225, we just haven't found them, but someone else found them, right? Which is fine. So, dude, we lock it up on a contract with the buyer. That buyer already dropped off a non-refundable deposit with $5,000. We supposed to close December 5th. Yeah, dude, Thomas, you're gonna love this, bro, because I think if you use this strategy, you can easily get an extra $5,000 to $10,000. So I told Jeff to go back to the seller and renegotiate with the seller and offer the seller like $160. So we're guaranteed to make $10,000. He went back, renegotiated with the seller, dude. Got the seller from $200,000 down to $180. So now we turned his wholesale deal into a $30,000 deal instead of 10G.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay.
That's how you do it. This is how you play the game.
There you go. So, Thomas, I mean, so you get the buyer. Now, my next question to you is why did the seller end up getting an extra $15,000 from you? Why? How?
Because, well, so we.
Okay, hold on. So
yeah,
you lock it up for $100,000. How much do How much did you blast it out to the buyer for?
What was it? It was originally 125 is what I wanted.
Okay.
Because I was trying to just make sure I had a deal. I knew kind of what everything like the repair costs, like or
Mhm.
the ARV was going to be in the area for
Yep.
that home.
Yep.
And it needed just some small cosmetic stuff. It needed like 10 grand, like some
Sure.
paint and some stuff.
Okay.
Um, and so I was just trying to figure out how to do it quick, you know. And what had happened is like I said, it opened my mouth, and I had not gotten the buyer exactly in 30 full days, like 30
Okay.
days exactly.
Okay.
So and rookie mistake, I only locked it up for 30, so I had to go back and I had to extend.
Okay.
But I had the buyer lined up, but it was like right there, like we were like at closing pretty much, but I had to extend the contract in
Yep.
order for it to like cover into closing.
Sure. Okay. Makes sense.
Well, since I opened my mouth and I talked about the extra money to her potentially, when it was time to re-sign, she was like, well, about that extra cash, since we have this buyer here, and she had almost all the paperwork already signed.
Wait. And she knows how much the buyer's buying it for?
So she was
Oh.
like, I'm going to take the extra.
And
And so she
so,
said, basically, she said she wasn't going to sign and make the deal happen
sure.
with me
Understood.
if I wasn't able to give her that extra, and she wanted 15,000.
Okay.
So she
And so,
squeezed that extra 15 out of me. I ended up getting 10 out of it, but if I just would have kept my mouth shut, it would have been okay in the first place. But
well, the thing is, I don't understand how does she knows? Okay, first off, Thomas, I really question the title company you're using. Like, do they even know how to set up assignment? Because okay, so you got to lock up on a contract for 100,000. You
Mhm.
found a buyer, and then you have the buyer sign the assignment agreement for 125, right? So
Yeah.
the paper that the seller signed should be for selling it for 100,000. I don't know how does she knows that it was sold for 125? Did you tell her?
I did. So I did not tell her. So
Okay,
this,
so
so this one was a little bit weird for me because, and I don't think it was traditional because it wasn't a cash. It was it was a deal, but like a fix and flip or like a guy with like straight cash didn't come up and buy it.
okay, so
Lady had the buyer had um got an approval for a loan.
okay, hold on a second. Hold on. So the buyer got a bank loan. Oh, so the buyer. Okay, so yes, yeah. So when I'm looking at the numbers, the only reason why someone would buy this deal, because if it's worth 175 ARV, right? And the buyer's buying for 125, they got to put about 10,000 into it. So after everything else, closing costs, they probably in this thing for 150. So that's why when I look at the numbers, I was like, no investor will buy this deal for 125 because it absolutely makes no sense. But it seems like the person who buys it is a retail buyer. So the buyer is getting a loan from the bank, correct?
I believe so. That's how it worked because they got a loan from the bank,
Yep.
and then it had to go through like the loan officer. All the
Okay.
paperwork got sent over
How
and
quickly?
everything.
How quickly was the closing?
From start to
No,
finish,
no, no,
it
no. Like from when you found the buyer, how long did the buyer need? Was it a 30 days or 45 days or 60 days?
no, it was pretty quick. It was like I want to say like 20.
Okay, so hold on a second. So okay, so the lady, because I don't think any bank can close that quick, dude. But I think the lady who got the loan could have used a hard money lender, because hard money lender typically they need about 15 days or so, bro. Right, 15 days roughly to actually close on the deal. I think I So if you didn't tell the seller that you found a buy for 125, to me, the only reason she found out is because your title company, bro, don't know how to set up the paperwork. And there
And
are
that
title companies that don't know how to do it. which means they're not investor friendly. They're not familiar with assignment. And I think the person that messed up, bro, is the title company that you're using. And that's how that the seller see that there's a buyer that's buying it for 125.
Yeah, I did end up switching title companies. I'm using a different title company for these other deals in Tennessee that I have. So
Good. Hey, if you need a title company, bro, DM me and I'll send you one, bro, that we use that they close almost in 50 states.
okay.
Okay.
I mean I definitely am
They're
interested
very
in
good.
that. I want something that is easy
DM
and better.
DM me. They're very, very good. I mean, that's what we use, and that's what all my students use. They know everything about assignment, double closing, all that. So, Thomas, let's wrap this up, man. For those who are starting out into the game, okay, and they want to get into the game, they either trying to close their first deal, or maybe they close their first deal, but they now, how can I get to my second one? Like, how do you get to your second one, Thomas?
Honestly, stay consistent. Don't give up. Be strategic with your first deal.
Mm-hmm.
Invest in yourself. Like, even if you have the ability to invest in yourself now, get the system, get the strategy, get if you can get the blueprint and the playbook literally handed to you on a silver platter, and you can go out and turn it in 14 days, 30 days and make some, do it. Like seriously, take the opportunity to invest in yourself, and everything else will come. Be patient and work hard. That's what I got, man.
Nice. And Thomas, what are you currently doing right now to generate leads? Because I want to give something to you.
What am I doing to generate leads?
Yep.
So I've been doing some direct mail like in my city lately. So I've been kind of like trying to like do a little bit more in my area locally too, not just virtually. Um, so I've been doing a lot of like blasting out to my city, a lot of text blasts, and to other areas and to my area.
Right.
So I've kind of implemented some of that stuff. I still be banging the phones every once in a while too. It's inevitable. I mean, I made quite a few phone calls even not yesterday, but the day before Thanksgiving.
Okay. Okay.
I was like thinking about, I probably shouldn't bug anybody on Thanksgiving, but
Got it. Okay. So right now, what? Okay. So your strategy of generating leads is text and direct mail, right?
text, direct mail, and some calling. Yeah.
Okay. Nice, Thomas. I mean, if I were you, dude, I think that you could look into getting your Facebook ad set up and getting your PPC, which is your Google ad set up, bro, because that's what we've been doing. And so is my student in my academy. And they've been getting really good results. You know, some are spending between $5, others are spending $50 a day, and they're getting between 1 to 5 leads a day. So imagine if you just cast your net, which you already doing, you send
Hmm.
out your direct mail, you send out your text blast. Now imagine if you just turn on your Facebook ads, let that thing run, put $5 to $10 in it a day based on whatever budget you got. Go on your day, dude. And all you really need from this warm lead is 10 to 30 qualified homeowner that reach out to you every single month. You should be consistently closing one deal a month, bro.
Oh yeah.
Thomas, okay, dude. I appreciate you jumping on here, man. And you know what? I'm gonna ask you one last thing. For the people who are obviously, let's just say that they're going at this and they haven't closed their first deal and they're getting discouraged or they want to give up or they're like, oh man, I don't even know wholesaling is true. I don't even know Thomas is true. Maybe he's an actor that Calm pays to get him on here.
All right. I
What would
definitely
you
didn't
say,
call
man?
and get paid. What would I say to you guys? Do not get discouraged. I know it's easier said than done to be like, don't get discouraged, but it will happen. It's just everybody kind of has their own time frame that I call it breaking out of their box.
Mm,
You have your own time frame where you kind of break your ceiling, you know what I mean, where you hit something that you didn't think you were capable of before.
mm.
But if you give up before you even really even take one real jump, then it's kind of hard to be like, um oh yeah, I want to be a millionaire, or I want to have the best car, or the nice house, or whatever your dream or aspiration is to be. It takes hard work to be there, and You can't just be like, oh, I'm discouraged today. That's okay. Get up, still disciplined tomorrow. Wake up and do it. Like you've been doing it for a long time, and there has to be days that you wake up like I
Oh,
love making money, but it's like I've been doing it for so long. You could start to get tired of it too eventually, you know.
true.
And so like it's not just all like you got to be like ready to go at all times. You always got to like have that fine balance. It's like be patient, things will come, and you just work due diligently on it. Like I said, I don't do it all day all day long, you know what I mean? I do a few hours a day, you know, like when I have the extra time to. But anytime I have the extra time to do it, I'm putting every bit of effort that I can into it.
So
And
the Thomas, dude, I, bro, my thing is, I want to go back to when you first said, you know, you don't think that this is real. Just like when you tell me your age, I don't think it's real. So to the people, bro, to the people who said this has got to be fake, it's not real. What do you have to say to those people? Because that was one of the questions you had when you first got in.
well, definitely 100% it's real. Do your own research. If you don't believe us, do a little bit more. Maybe you need to educate yourself a little bit more on the space and the subject. And then you'll realize that there's a lot more people in the world that are doing this. It's not just us couple people out here that are out here killing it. There are hundreds of other people out there that are making money
Even
and
more than we are.
really doing this, like truly doing this. Like you said, you had your student closing that deal with you. It came from another wholesaler. Like there's other people who do this, who know buyers, who it's don't give up.
Yeah.
You have your chance to shine at any point in time. But if you give up before you get your chance, then you'll never know what you really could have been, you know?
Woo, love it. Thomas, I'm going to let you go, bro. I want to say thank you so much for your time. Such an honor to have you on here, bro. Congrats on
Absolutely.
everything. Say hi to the wife. Thomas, let's what? Let's go
Let's
get
go
this.
make this money, bro.
Hey, have a good one, bro. Dude, I am honestly, man, I'm so proud and I'm just so happy for him. And honestly, this right here brings me a lot of joy when I hear other are like just out there closing their first deal, their second deal, they're crushing it, they're making things happen because they're willing to put in the work. Because I know how much work it takes to actually even closing that first deal, and that first deal is it's what really breaks everything for you, right? Because it turns everything. Oh man, I don't know if this one is this real. Two, does this really work? And then finally, three is can I really do this, right? Maybe it's for other people, but not for me. So when you close that first deal, everything becomes all that believed, right? Now becomes like facts. Like, oh, I can actually do this. And from there, bro, you become beast mode, right? Because now your confidence will skyrocket. You know you can do it. And it's just rinse and repeat. What you got the first time, do it again, do it again, do it again. And like I said, dude, you become a money printing machine. And the thing is, you got to stay in the game. You know, if you stay in the game, you keep swinging, man, you're going to hit it. Now, my whole thing is you either lock in or you're going to clock in until you're 65. Which one is it? You're either lock in, my friend, get to work, get to the grind, put in the work, dude, and stay consistent. Okay? So we only have a few minutes. I do want to make an announcement to those of you who's watching this, okay? Now, this offer will end. This is a Black Friday deal offer that I'm offering for you. So for those of you who haven't joined my Skool Community, let's just say that you have a tight budget. Okay, let's just say you have a tight budget, but you need the contract, you need the script, you need the step-by-step virtual wholesaling course showing you exactly how to do it. Okay, I'm also going to give you access to my private community. All of this, I'm giving it to you for 50% off. Now, once again, if you miss the opportunity, do not hit me up. Don't waste time. The answer will be no. So this is the time. I'm going to share with you exactly what you're going to get. Okay, and I'm going to share with you how you can get access to it today. So if you're on YouTube, I'm going to share my screen with you. I'm going to share with you exactly what you're going to get inside of my Skool Community. Okay. I'll give you all the contract that you need so you don't have to go find it and look for it and like, oh my gosh, I don't know if this contract work or not. Dude, this is what my students use. This is what I've been using for the past 15 years, man, to make millions. So I'm going to share my screen with you, okay? So I launched my Skool Community about 90 days, or about 90 days ago. So here's what you're going to get. Once you sign up, hit on the classroom. This is where you get all the contract that you need right here. I'll even show you how to use it. My badass seller script, where I'll teach you word for word what to say, how to negotiate with the homeowners. So you can lock property on the contract at a discount and lock it up on the contract over the phone. 100 hours of cold calling. I'll turn you into a beast. You don't need any experience. You don't need a real estate license. You don't have to have any sales background. If I can teach my VA how to close deal, I can teach you how to close deal. You got the JV contract. All the courses that you ever needed is right here at your fingertips. You do not have to pay any extra more money. There's over I don't know how many is in here. But I launch new courses every single week to keep you on top of your wholesaling game and in front of your competition, because things changes all the time. So when things changes, dude, you better stay on top of it. And then you get access to my private community, okay? So all of that, you get it for 50% off, and here's how you're going to get it. So check the link in my bio, but you must sign up for the annual plan. So you can go to Facebook, comment the word school, Instagram, comment the word school. I'll send you the link. But if you're on YouTube, just go to skool.com/WTM club. Now, you must sign up for the annual plan. Okay? So if you're going to pay monthly, then you have to pay full price. But if you click annual, where you pay for the whole thing up front and you don't have to pay it again until next year of 2026, then you get that 50% off discount. This offer will only be for Black Friday, so it will go away. So I don't know when you see this video, but when you go there, the offer's not there, then I'm sorry. Do not DM me. You're not going to get it. I don't care. Okay, so good luck. Now, finally, last but not least, I did make an announcement on Instagram and on Facebook, but I haven't really talked about it on YouTube. Man, I got about 5 minutes. I better wrap this up. This is a one-in-a-year opportunity. So for those of you who wants to work with me one-on-one, I've been in the game for 15 years. I've only taken on 3 one-on-one students, which means you're going to spend the whole entire year of 2026 with me. You get direct access to my cell phone. Okay, this is a one-in-a-year opportunity. I'm only going to take on one person. Basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work closely with you. I'm going to personally help you build a virtual wholesaling business just like mine from scratch. You don't need experience. I don't care if you closed a deal before or never closed a deal before. But I want to work with you for the entire year of 2026. One, if you never closed a deal before, my goal is to help you close that first deal and then scaling you up to 1 wholesale deal a month and build a virtual wholesaling operations just like mine. I'm going to get your Facebook ads, your PPC, your direct mail, your text blast, everything set up. Like I said, this is not like you watch a video and you go do it. This is where you work with me directly. Direct access. Call, text me anytime. And you don't have to be nervous. You don't have to be scared. You know why? Because I'm always there with you. When you run into an issue, text me. I'll tell you what to do. Call me. I'll tell you what to do. Okay? So you don't have to be nervous. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be like, oh my gosh, Kong, I don't know if this is... Don't have to be. You will be able to move forward with confidence because I'll tell you what to do. Okay? You and I are going to work closely with each other. Now, once again, I'm only going to pick one person. Now, here's the price tag. It's going to cost $50,000. Let me say that again. This is not for everybody, but it might be for those of you who be like, Kong, dude, this is the opportunity that I've been waiting for. So it's going to cost $50,000. Here is what you need to do if you want to get accepted. One person only. So you need to make a video. I don't care if it's landscape. I don't care if horizontal, vertical. I don't care about the quality of the video. I don't care. What I do care is I want to know your story. What are you currently doing right now? What's your goal? And why should I pick you? I want you to email that video over to this email, WTMfam@gmail.com. I'll watch the video and I will pick one. If I do not reach it, if me and my team don't reach back out to you, it means you didn't get accepted. Because I felt like we're not a good match. Like I said, for 15 years of being a real estate investor, I've only had 3 one-on-one students, and every single one of them have gone on, become successful, have their own virtual wholesaling operations, are doing between 1 to 3 wholesale deals a month. So I want to make sure that I keep the track records at 100% success rate. So that's why this is a very personal. Make the video, tell me. I want to make sure that we are a good fit. I want to make sure that you do have what it takes and that you are going to do and you're going to stay committed. Now, once again, we're going to lock in for the entire year. I'm going to come in with 150%. I need you to come in with 200%. Make sense? So if you don't have that, it's not for you. I know some of you can't handle the commitment. See? Already. 2525 said long time. Too long of a time. All right? Too long of a time. I understand. Some of you can't commit it that long. That's fine. I'm looking for people. Like I'm not looking to work with everybody. I'm just looking to work with one person and one person only. And that's all I can afford. It's just work with one person. Because they require a lot of my time. So the info's there. The choice is yours. YouTube family, I got to say goodbye. I'll see you guys on the next live. Until next time, take care. And let's go get this. Moni, I'm out. Okay. Instagram family,